Odilo Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real because y'all know Odilo keeps it real. Yeah, you guys. So today was a great day. One of my nephews graduated. So today was a great day. And I looked at this video with Brian Custer, right? And Jermall Charlo. And it's like bro, like the PBC is just full of cowards, right? So now Jermall Charlo is trying to cover for Jermall Charlo. Now Jermall Charlo is trying to cover for Jermall Charlo. This shit is pathetic, man. This is pathetic. Now Jermall Charlo said he will come down to 154 when he haven't been at 154 in years. Instead of going up to 168 and fighting Benavidez, he would rather come down to 154 and fight Terrence Bud Crawford. That's how you know him and his brother been behind the scenes talking about Terrence Bud Crawford, and his brother is scared as fuck. Right? And, and this is for educational purposes only, but we about to play the video. Let's listen to the, and I got it at the 17:09 mark on the video. You can go and look at it. It's on Showtime Sports. Let's listen.
Number 3, give me the one guy that we haven't been talking about that Jermall Charlo said, man, I've always wanted to get in the ring with this dude and put some hands on him. Who's that one guy out there that we haven't been talking about that we'd be surprised about? You say, I've always wanted to fight this cat.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I'll fight him. I'll fight you, Terrence. Yeah. I'll come back down to 54 and fight Terrence Crawford. Yeah.
Okay. Fourth question.
Now, did y'all hear that? Who is the one guy that you want to put hands on that nobody really knows about? Terrence Crawford. Yeah, Terrence Crawford. I'll come down to 154. You coward ass, bro. You cowardly lion. This is really the Wizard of Oz. It's like when I be coming up with this stuff, right? Because I was the first one to come up with the Wizard of Oz. You better go back and check my videos 3, 4, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, right? And the first person I started calling that was Deontay Wilder, right? I started calling him the Scarecrow. Facts. I even came up with the Wildlets. I came up with all that. That came from my channel. It's small, but it came from here. Facts. But y'all see it though, right? You see it. You see the writing on the wall. This dude have the nerve to call out Terrence Bud Crawford. Let's listen to it again, right? Let's listen to it again, man. Because this dude is a coward. Instead of going up to fight Benavidez, you would rather drop weight to fight Terrence Bud Crawford at 154, even though he's at 147? And you got Anders Larry Laura, right? You got Laura right there at 160. You ain't even calling out Laura. You know why you ain't calling out Laura, Jermall Charlo? Because he was whooping your ass in sparring. He was whooping your ass, and it's on tape. That's why you ain't calling. Bro, But they go around, right? The PBC fanboys, they go around and they say all these fights are so easy to be made on the PBC. But this dude is literally calling out Terrence Bud Crawford because him and his brother been behind the scenes and he know his brother is a fucking coward and scared of Terrence Bud Crawford. So, hey, I'll fight you, Crawford. Let's listen. This is for educational purposes only.
Okay. Number 3. Give me the one guy that we haven't been talking about that Jermall Charlo said, man, I've always wanted to get in the ring with this dude and put some hands on him. Who's that one guy out there that we haven't been talking about that we'd be surprised about? You say, yeah, I've always wanted to fight this guy.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I'll fight him. I'll fight you, Terrence. Yeah. Yeah. I'll come back down to 54 and fight Terrence Crawford. Yeah.
Okay. 4th question.
The Cowardly Lion has spoken. The Cowardly Lion has spoken. This dude, you can't make it up. You can't even make up these narratives now with the PBC. You can't even make up this shit no more. They coming up with stuff that's just out of left field. It's like, what did you just say? So you got Benavidez, you got Plant, you got Laura, and you not calling out none of those guys who at 160 and 168, but you willing to drop weight to 154 to fight Terrence Bud Crawford because your brother is scared and he been talking to you behind the scenes and you can sense the fear in him? You can actually sense the fear in your brother, so you feel like you got to take up for your brother. I'll fight him. Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, I'll drop down to 154. I'll fight him. Huh? That shouldn't even, those words shouldn't have even hit your lips, Jermall Charlo. You shouldn't even be uttering those words. You shouldn't even be talking about Terrence Bud Crawford. Bro. He's not nowhere near your division. He said he's going to smash your brother, not you. Now you trying to play Captain Saberho. I got to shave my brother. I got to shave him. Oh, he's scared of Crawford. I'm not scared of him, though. Right? But drop your ass down to 154. Go down to 154. I bet you that Crawford will take you on. And I bet you that he'll smash your ass too. I bet you he'll smash you. I bet Crawford will smash you too. Just like he'll smash your brother. He'll smash both of y'all. And Earl Spence. You guys are straight cowards. I don't believe this shit. Did y'all hear the words that came out of this man's mouth? But this is the PBC. This is what the PBC gives us. Nothing but cowardly behavior. Right? You see Red Riding Hood, right? He's getting backed by his cheerleader, Charlo, who's getting backed by another fucking cheerleader and the other Charlo. So it's just cheerleader on top of cheerleader. These guys are cowards. And they scared of this, of a guy from, I want y'all to actually picture this in your head. Terrence Bud Crawford didn't start off at 147. He didn't even start off at 140. He started off at 135. These guys are scared of a 135 pounder. These guys are literally scared of a 135-pound fighter. And they saying they lions. No, you a pootie tat. That's what you are. Right? You're not a lion. You're not near a fucking lion. I just don't really believe this guy, though. See, man, shit, I go to a graduation. I'm enjoying myself, right? And then I come back to boxing, and here we go. Here we go with some more nonsense out of Jermall Charlo mouth. Yeah, Terrence Crawford, I'll fight you. You will fight Terrence Crawford. Why the hell you even thinking about Crawford, fool? And you got Ennis Larry Lara trying to get a fight with one of y'all, right? Because he got a regular title at 160. Fight Lara. He's on the PBC. Fight Lara. But you're not going to even fight Lara because you know he was whooping your ass in sparring. And he about to be 40. Lara is about 37, 38 years old. He closer to 40 than closer to 35. And you still scared of this man. You talk that big shit to David Benavidez. He pull your whole card, right? David Benavidez pull your whole card. Then you say he got to get a vaccination test. I'm not even moving up to 168. You got Caleb Plant right there too. Why you ain't trying to call up Caleb Plant? He's on the PBC. But see, this is what I be saying. Everybody go around saying that the PBC is so easy to make these fights on the PBC. And it's not. And the proof is in the pudding. It's not easy to make these fights. That's a fact. Bro, like I done heard it all from Jermall. Jermall, bro, like bro. I was defending you when a lot of people wasn't even defending you, bro. Right? Because you treated my little homie, you treated him good. He came back and he told me that you treated him good when he was in your sparring set. When he went in your camp. Man, so I showed you respect for that, bro. But at this point, man, it's like, come on, bro. You calling out Crawford because you and your brother been behind the scenes, right, discussing Crawford, and you can sense the fear in Jermall. Right? Because y'all twin brothers. You can sense the fear in your brother. You sense the fear in him, so now you want to take up for him, like Jermall want to take up for Earl Spence Jr. You taking up for Jermall, Jermall taking up for Earl. Y'all dudes are weird, man. And y'all will never have a legacy this way. I want you guys to go and check out that full interview with Brian Custer. You feel what I'm saying? Because the interview, like Brian Custer was throwing him softball questions. Softball questions. And Jermall Charlo, he has really disappointed me at this point. Right? He has really, truly, really and truly disappointed me at this point. Right? Because I thought he was the lion. And I thought his brother was, the lioness or the cowardly lion. But shit, it seemed like that his brother got more heart than him. Right? He talked the talk. At least he tried to walk the walk. You talk big shit, Jermall, but you willing to drop down to 154 to fight Terrence Boyd Crawford. Man, you can't make this shit up in the best book you can write. You can't make this type of shit up. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? You've been at 160 for what, 2, 3 years, 4 years? What are you even talking about dropping down to 154 for? You should be going up. If anything, you should be going up in weight. Right? We already know that you don't got this fight with Selecki because your motherfucking ass is in fat camp. You couldn't make 160. That's why you postponed the fight. You blamed it on a back injury, but you couldn't make 160. You couldn't do it. You was in fat camp. Right? And you didn't want to lose your damn belt on the scales. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody stupid, bro. You didn't want to lose your belt. Come on, man. Like, I just can't really, bro. Like, it's like, it just seemed like these fighters that I be, supporting, sometimes it just turns out that they really disappointments. It's like, bro, like, damn, Jermall, you have let down a lot of people. Right? Because we actually thought that you really wanted greatness and legacy. Right? Now look at all of these fighters on the PBC. Do they want legacy? Do they want greatness? No. Salute, Will. Yeah, it's ridiculous to fight these guys, chase PBC playing silly games with boxing. Yeah, bro, like, man, did you hear the video? Let me play it for you again, man. Let me play it for y'all again, for the new people in the chat. Right? I want you guys to listen to Jermall. Listen to Jermall Charlo. He has the audacity to call out Terrence Bud Crawford. Oh, yeah, I moved down to 154. You coward ass dude. Right? And this is for educational purposes only. Let's listen to it again, y'all.
Is Jermall Charlo now the best fighting Charlo?
On paper, yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Give me the one guy that we haven't been talking about that Jermall Charlo said, man, I've always wanted to get in the ring with this dude and put some hands on him. Who's that one guy out there that we haven't been talking about that we'd be surprised about? You say, I've always wanted to fight this cat.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I'll fight him. I'll fight you, Terrence. Yeah. I'll come back down to 54 and fight Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fourth question.
Come on. Do you hear that? Okay, now what you say? You say Maul got a number of fights to be had at 160. For sure, Will. He got a number of fights. He is ducking Aaron's Landy Lara. He still haven't fought Lara. Lara is begging for a fight. And they both on the PBC. How haven't they not? I mean, I don't see why they haven't fought yet. They both on the PBC. Everybody say that all these fights are so easy to make on the PBC. Why the fuck haven't they fought yet? It's a cool fight to make. Tank could have, Claudio, Tank could have been the who beat Kambosos by KO, by knockout also. Yeah, man, if you a real, a super Tank supporter, I don't think this is channel for you, bro, because I see what Tank did and he really disappointed me. Right? Because he knew what his promoter said in Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather said, it's literally an article on it when Floyd Mayweather said, I'm going to keep all his fights in-house. We're not going to make any more promotional companies great. This is what Floyd Mayweather said out of his mouth, Claudio. So why would Tank Davis sign back to Floyd Mayweather if he's trying to get big fights? And Floyd Mayweather said he's going to keep all his fights in-house when all the other fighters are on top rank. Right? Top rank or the zone. Now, why would Tank do that? See, like Tank, he did it for a reason, because he won't cool money for less opposition. I mean, for the least resistance of opposition. That's what it's all about, bro. Maul confidently called out 130 pounds. Exactly, Will. He confidently. I mean, he said that with conviction. Oh, yeah. Man, I'll fight you. Sorry for the bad spelling. Not a Tank supporter, but I think he could beat Cambosis. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Though I can see that he can knock out Cambosis. Oh, yeah, Claudio. Yeah, man. But Tank, though, he disappointed me, though, Claudio, man. Like, when he knew what Floyd Mayweather said, then he had me going, right? He had me going when he said he was going to leave Floyd Mayweather. So everybody, everybody is really thinking that that he's serious about his career. But obviously he wasn't serious about his career, right? You feel what I'm saying? And he bamboozled all of us, played with us, right? Played with us. Man, because he already knew that we want him to pursue greatness, right? And he already knew that we want him to pursue greatness. So, man, now he played with our minds and we fell for it. Shit, myself included. I really fell for it, right? I really fell for that shit, man. And I'm like, damn, Tank really got me, bro. Okay, now I'm about to share the article with you, Claudio, right? Because I know that a lot of channels don't be showing you this type of stuff, right? If it pulls up, yeah, though, I'm going to show you the article, though. I'm going to get to the article, and I'm going to show you the article. And you can go and share it, and this is less than a year ago. You can go and share it for yourself, and right? You feel what I'm saying? Though? He wasting his talent. Exactly, Claudio. He's wasting his talent. Right now, so let me share this article with you real fast. Exactly, he's wasting his talent, especially when he know what his CEO and promoter said. He said out of his own mouth less than a year ago, we keeping all his fights in-house. We're not going to make another promotional company great. So why would you sign back to Floyd Mayweather when you supposed to be fighting Devin Haney? You want to fight Shakur. You want to fight Oscar Valdez, right? You want to fight Tio. Because you're not trying to fight them. You playing games with us, Tank, and we not falling for your games. We not falling for it no more, right? See, like what these boxers got to understand is that we in the information age, that we can find out, we can put two and two together, and we know when you bullshitting us. We actually know when you playing games, right? Man, because they think that these media cycles be, that they think that that we dumb as rocks, right? Okay, now you see that. Mayweather to keep Tank Davis fights in-house won't make another company great. And this was printed June 27, 2021. Less than a year ago. Almost a year, but it's still less than a year ago. Right? Almost a year, but it's still less than a year ago. And this is what his promoter said. His CEO said. The man who write his checks said. So why would people think that Tank is going to fight Devin Haney? Devin Haney is on top rank right now. Tio is on the zone. Shakur is on top rank. Oscar Valdez is on top rank. He's not fighting none of those guys. He's about to fight another Pitbull Cruz rematch. Yes. He's not even about to fight Ryan Garcia because Ryan is on Golden Boy. He's not about to even fight Ryan. It's just talk. It's smoke and mirrors. And this is what my channel was for, to expose the smoke and mirrors of these promotional companies, right? And these lying ass channels that be online that just be telling you anything you want to hear, right? I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you the truth. It hurts. I know it hurts sometimes. It hurts me sometimes. But you got to deal with the shit. Get over it. Move on. The truth is the truth, right? And from what Tank Davis promoter said, he's not fighting nobody outside of TMT or PBC, right? Because they all one umbrella. Like he said in 2014. Me and Al Heyman are one. I look at us as one. We all under the same umbrella. This is what Floyd Mayweather said out of his mouth. This is why Earl Spence Jr. don't even know he's working for Floyd. Earl don't even know he working for Floyd. Earl don't even know that Floyd be picking his fights. This is just how confused that Al Heyman got these guys. He got these guys. He got these guys don't even right. The right hand don't know what the left hand doing. He got them confused. Come on, man, because he goes to Floyd Mayweather and be like, hey, man, like, what fights do you think I should put them in? And then Floyd Mayweather, he suggests fights. And then Al Heyman go back to them and he give them fights. And then they either agree or disagree on the fights. And this is just a fact. Because Earl Spence Jr. said it on the Cult Member channel. Al Heyman comes to me with fights, and I agree on the fights I want. And Terrence Bud Crawford was never in the plan. Y'all got to go all the way back to this picture. You see that little picture right there with the Red Riding Hood? Yeah, you got to go all the way back to that picture. When Terrence Bud Crawford literally asked this man out of his mouth, so Al Heyman didn't have me in the plan? He said no. He said no. And that's a fact. Fans got to stop supporting these fights, but you got so many who are hoodwinked by the hype and deception. Oh, yeah, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's why the PBC got to keep those belts over there. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they can't let Terrence Bud Crawford take those belts. They can't let Crawford take those belts, man. Because without those belts, the PBC is trash at 147. That's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. Right? Nobody would tune in and see none of those guys like that if they didn't have no belts or nothing. Right? Earl Spence Jr. whole persona is strap season. Come on. Strap season. Come on. Now, just imagine if he didn't have no strap season. Right? Because he wasn't man down in nothing. Let's just be honest. He wasn't man down in nothing. So just imagine if he didn't have strap season. He'll be a normal ass fighter. Average. And people probably wouldn't even be tuning in because he's not knocking out nobody. Facts. Because he's not knocking out nobody. Meanwhile, Terrence Bud Crawford, if he didn't have no belts or none of that shit, people will still tune in because they know it's a high chance that he's going to knock out somebody. It's a very high probability that this guy right here is going to knock out somebody because he's been doing it for the last, you know what I'm saying, 7, 8 fights, 9 fights. Meanwhile, the other guy haven't did it in 4 years and didn't do it against Eugenio Ugas. The referee stopped the fight. The doctor stopped the fight. Spence didn't stop shit. The doctor did. Udanis Ugas and Udanis Ugas was begging the doctor not to stop the fight. So obviously he was willing to continue. And he never got wobbled. He never got put on his ass. Yes, Earl Spence Jr., yes, he probably bruised him up and broke him up because he was hitting on a human punching bag. Right? He just was standing right there in front of him with the high guard. But other than that, Earl Spence Jr. never wobbled that man. He never put him on his butt. He never did nothing. But people saying that he's, such a vicious puncher. Shit, if you such a vicious puncher, shit, a vicious puncher is like Deontay Wilder, right? He hits you, you go to sleep. You take a punch, you go to sleep. No, Earl Spence Jr. is he's a volume puncher. He has to accumulate punches on you to break you down. Oh, what belts do you think they have at 160, 154, and 147? But what belts at 147, they got at 147, they got the WBA. At 147, they got the WBA, the IBF, and the WBC. At 154, they got all the belts. All the belts, right? Even the lineal. They got that at 154 because Jermall Charlo just won that. And then at 160, Jermall Charlo just won that at 154. But at 160, they got one belt, right? Yeah, they got one belt, the WBC belt. Triple G got two belts. Triple G got two belts, and do Jaime Maguire got a belt? I'm not sure. But I know that Triple G, he got two belts at 160, I think still. If I'm not mistaken. Or I don't know. I don't know how many belts they really got at 160 to be honest with you, Will. But I know that Jermall Charlo got a belt. And I know that Laura got a regular title. So that's two PBC fighters. Right there. But I got to look into that. And I will get back at you with that. Not in this vid, though, but I will get back at you with that one. Yeah, man. So they got 154 sold up, right? 154 is their whole division. Man, because Tim Tszyu, if you guys don't know, he signed to the PBC. So it doesn't matter who wins that fight between Tim Tszyu and Jermall Charlo. It's all staying in the PBC. Right? It's all staying in the PBC. Man, and why did you think that they ordered that fight so fast? Because they had to get Jermall Charlo up out the way because he's scared. You just heard his brother. He's scared. He's terrified of Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrified. Right? He is literally terrified of Crawford. That him and his brother been talking behind the scenes, and now his brother feel like he got to take up for Jermall, even though he ain't did shit. Drop down to 154 if you want to, Jermall. I dare you. I dare you to drop down to 154, then call out Crawford. Do it. Do it. I triple dog dare you to do it. I bet you he gonna come up there and whoop your ass too. For real. I bet you he gonna come up there, he'll challenge you too. Man, because you ain't no better than your brother. You ain't too much better than your brother. Right, especially if Dermachenko beat your ass and they, they gave it to you. They gave it to you, yes. Yes, they gave it to you. But, we all know that Dermachenko beat you. They don't hold many seen for such a big stable. Oh yeah, man. Like they got like over 200 and some fighters over there, Will. I mean, shit, I heard it was like 250, 200 to 250 fighters. You don't even hear about none of, you don't even hear about a lot of these fighters, and you probably will never ever hear about a lot of these fighters. Right? Like Al Heyman, he just got that big ass stable because he's greedy as fuck. That's all it is. He just want to hold the boxing world in a stronghold. That's what it's all about to Al Heyman. He wants to have a vice grip on the boxing game. That's why he got all these fighters. Right? Because there's no other reason for him to have all these fighters. No other reason. But yeah, you guys, man, like let's listen to it one more time before I get up out of here, man, because this guy right here, man, like when you think you can make up stuff, you can't make up stuff like this. I never would have thought that Jermall Charlo would say he will move down to 154. That he will move down to 154 to take on Terrence Bud Crawford. Bro, it's like at this point, it's like Jermall, bro, you have lost all respect. I mean, for real, bro. The respect is just out the window at this point. Let's listen to this one more time before I get up out of here. This is for educational purposes only.
But you know, it is what it is.
Okay. Second question. You give me an honest answer. Is Jermall Charlo now the best fighting Charlo?
On paper, yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Give me the one guy that we haven't been talking about that Jermall Charlo said, man, I've always wanted to get in the ring with this dude and put some hands on him. Who's that one guy out there that we haven't been talking about that we'd be surprised about? You say, I've always wanted to fight this cat.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. I'll fight him. I'll fight you, Terrence. Yeah. I'll come back down to 54 and fight Terrence Crawford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fourth question.
Yeah, you guys, man. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there on that note, man. You can't make it up, man. Like the PBC is just full of cowards. Right? They got Red Riding Hood right here. Right? They got Red Riding Hood right here on screen. Right? Bro, you can't make up it. I mean, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up, man. I mean, for real. This is really pathetic, man. I never thought that, you know, like when the PBC first came out, I never would envision that they would be so disgraceful. Right? I never would, you know, I mean, this is just sad, bro. Jermall Charlo is calling out a 135-pounder because his brother, and it's obvious he been talking to his brother behind the scenes. It's obvious because I never heard Jermall Charlo say shit about Crawford fighting Crawford. Never, ever heard Jermall Charlo saying anything about fighting Crawford. He always was on the Canelo tip. He was always on the Canelo tip. I never heard him say anything about fighting Crawford. But since Crawford put his brother on a hit list, now here he come. Oh, yeah, man, I'll fight him. Yeah, Crawford, I'll fight you. And it will be funny if Crawford say, hey, okay, go down to 154. I'll fight you. Right? Pay me what pay me what I need, and I'm going to fight you, and I'm going to smash your ass. Then once I smash you, Earl Spence Jr. and your brother, they really ain't going to want none. The PBC are really reaching to desperate measures to try to get Terrence Bud Crawford beat. They going to 160-pounders now. Next is going to be David Benavidez. Right? It's going to be David Benavidez now. next? Laura gonna call out Crawford next? I mean, come on, bro. This shit is ridiculous, man. But yeah, you guys, man, I'm gonna leave it right there, man. I appreciate everybody who came through the chat, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button before you get up out of here. You feel what I'm saying? This is OD Log Sports Info, and I'm gone, you guys.